everyone and welcome back. In today's session, we will be discussing an important topic of English, that is figures of speech. So let us first understand what are figures of speech. So these are basically presentation of words or phrases in a more expressive way to beautify a poetry or a prose piece. So it's basically presentation or maybe using words or phrases to beautify, or maybe it can be said these are used to decorate a written piece of work. So we find figures of speech in prose pieces as well as in poetry, right? So let us discuss the different figures of speech in this session. So we begin with alliteration. So alliteration, the word alliteration has been derived from the Latin word littera. It is a device in which words beginning with the same consonant sound occur close together in a series. Well, it can be said that alliteration is a figure of speech where in a line words beginning with same consonant sound are present. So it can also be said that in a line when words beginning with same consonant sound appear together or maybe very close to each other, that is alliteration. As for example, sing a song of sixpence. So here in this line we come across the words like sing, song and six. They begin with the same consonant sound. So this is an example of alliteration. I hope alliteration is clear. Next we move on to the next figure of speech. So the next literary tool is personification. So what is it? It occurs when the writer gives human traits to non-human or inanimate objects. So basically when the poet or the writer gives human quality to non-humans, right? For example, the clouds smiled and it rained. Can the clouds smile? No. It's a human quality given to the clouds. So this is an example of personification. Moving on to the next literary device, that is repetition. So as the name suggests, repetition is repeated use of words or phrases. So it is a literary device that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea more clear. So basically repetition is used to make ideas more clear, more effective. That is in order to emphasize on a certain idea, repetition is used. As for example, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So it's a very good and a very clear example of repetition. Moving on to the next, that is imagery. So what is imagery? When the words of the lines create pictures in the minds of the readers, that is imagery. So imagery, when the writer creates picture in the minds of the reader, when the reader reads a line or a sentence of the written work, written piece of work, when it creates a picture in the mind of the reader, that is an imagery. For example, the woods are lovely, dark and deep. So through this line, we can very easily understand that the poet draws a picture in the mind of the reader of very beautiful woods, that is forests, which is very dark and deep. Deep means thick, dense forest. So when we read this line, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, it creates the picture of a dense forest which is pitch dark, right? So this is imagery. Moving ahead, we come to two very important and very common figures of speech. These are simile and metaphor. So both simile and metaphor, these through both these figures of speech, we draw comparisons, right? But there is a difference in the way of comparison. Let's see what simile is. It's a figure of speech that makes a comparison between two with the help of the words like or as. For example, the snow is like a white blanket. So a very clear comparison is drawn, right? Where both the things are mentioned. Like the snow is like a white blanket. Fine. So here we are using the word like. Whereas in metaphor, there's a direct comparison made. It's a figure of speech which makes a hidden comparison, right? So this is the basic difference between two. And in metaphor, we do not use the words like or as. Let's see the example. The same sentence, the same line, the snow is a white blanket. So here we are not using the word like. Fine. So this is the basic difference between a simile and a metaphor. In similes, we will always come across the words like and as. These words are there to draw the comparison, whereas in metaphor, we do not come across any such word. I hope figures of speech is very, very clear to all of you. So with this, I wind up today's session. Very soon we'll be meeting in the next video. Thank you so much.